Hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to consume fashion ethically. And that's because like many of my friends like shop fast fashion, and they're kinda aware about the issues with fast fashion, but they're like, okay, but what other options do I have? And you have plenty, you just don't know about them yet, so I'm going to teach you what these are right now. So I think that in order to stop buying from fast fashion and to start shop in a more ethical way, you must know like what's actually fast fashion. Because what I see in my friends is that many think that like Shein is fast fashion, Temu is fast fashion, but actually the thing is, whatever fashion store you can see in a mall, 99% of the time is a fast fashion store. So like Nike, Adidas, Zara, Brandy Melville, H&M, Primark, etc, etc. These are all fast fashion stores. Yes. And the thing is, fast fashion is not about the type of clothing, it's a business model. And it's about making clothes as cheaply and as quickly as possible. So clearly this type of business is not compatible with a fair treatment of workers nor of the planet. And as a matter of fact, the fashion industry by itself is responsible for over 10% of the whole world's carbon footprint yearly. So that's huge. This is like a little overview on what fast fashion actually is. Nowadays I think it's more difficult to spot fast fashion stores because they are big on like greenwashing. Like most of the times now, every time you walk, I don't know, in a Zara or like United Colors of Benetton, you see that like, oh yeah, we care about the environment, therefore all of our garments are made with like 100% recycled materials. Most of the times is false. Just don't fall for greenwashing. They will try as much as possible to like seem like they do care about the environment. They don't care at all. And it's quite difficult nowadays, I think, to spot them. I highly suggest you to check out this site that is called goodonyou, and basically you can search for whatever brand. It will give you like an overview of like its climate impact, the way they treat their workers, and it will give a score to the store based on that. So like if you have any type of like doubts, always check that site because it's very good. Now the second thing is that many people are like, okay, fine, I do wear fast fashion, but then like I donate it, so I don't throw it away, and therefore my clothes that I do buy don't end up in landfills. And now this is another misconception that we have in nowadays society, but the thing is, donating clothes nowadays is kind of a scam, and that's because these organizations where you donate clothes are just so overwhelmed every single day by the amount of clothing that arrives that most of it is just discarded. Only a little percentage of the whole actually goes to people in need or are resold in other facilities. So donating isn't really the way. So yeah. So what can you do about it actually? Of course, the first thing is to buy secondhand. Now, you have actually many options to do this. Of course, the first thing is to check if there are any stores in your city. Now many people, like even some of my friends, come to me and say, oh but there are none like of vintage stores in my city, what can I do? if there aren't specifically like fashion stores in your city, I suggest you to just look up for stores that sell second-hand things in general, like antique shops, because most of the time they do have a section of like where they sell clothing, but it's not the main thing, and so it's often like hidden somewhere. Okay, and now the second thing, again, if you don't have any like store in your city. Now this is, I think, a very European thing. I don't know what's like in the States or in other continents, but basically I think in almost all big cities in Europe, like at least once a month there is like a city market, like on the streets, where they sell second-hand stuff and therefore also second-hand clothing, and you can find great pieces in there, like great quality, also very cool pieces in general. The third thing, if you I don't know, if you don't have any of vintage stores, or you just want to have more options, of course I highly suggest you to check out apps where basically they sell second-hand items. So I suggest you, of course, Vinted and Depop. Now Vinted is great. You can find like absolutely bargains in there, like amazing stuff for as little as like €5, $5, whatever. But like Depop is a little more expensive, but it's more curated. So like if you have like a certain style or such, I think it's easier to find clothes in there. But again, it costs a little bit more. But the good thing with second-hand clothing in general is that the quality of it is just much greater than what you find in fast fashion stores. Therefore, they're going to last you longer. Now, another tip for like finding good second-hand clothing is just to check your mom's wardrobe. No, I'm being for real. Like if you have, I don't know, a mom or like even an aunt or even your grandma, ask if they have like clothing that they used to wear when they were younger, and many times they have like some great stuff in there. Like half of my wardrobe is my mom's wardrobe from the 2000s. Now, another thing, if you do still want to like buy new clothes that are completely new, but you want to buy like ethically made clothes, I do know some sites where they do sell it, and they are like great brands where they do care about both the people and the environment. I don't remember lots of them right now. I can just think of like two of them. The first is Luna Indigo. The second one is Pangaia. I think there is another store that it's called Hootsie, and it's made like by Polish guys in Poland, and they made the clothes all by themselves, with very high quality textiles, so I highly recommend that. In general, I will put all the stores that I've found in the past months down below, so if you want to you can check them out. Of course, the price is a little higher, sometimes a lot more higher, but I don't think, maybe not that higher. But yeah, they do cost more than fast fashion clothing in general, but if you can afford it, I highly suggest you to check those stores out or to search for them by yourself. But always check out for like, make sure that they are not greenwashing you, and they do actually, you know, care. again, every time you find a store and you have doubts if it's good or not for the planet and for the people, always check on Good On You, as I've told you before. Final tip. Now, I know that stopping to buy clothes from fast fashion brands can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if like you've also if you've always like have shopped in such stores like, I don't know, Zara, whatever. So if it feels too much overwhelming to stop buying from those places altogether, I would suggest you to like set a limit of the items of fast fashion that you can buy each year. For example, let's say you buy, I don't know, 30 items from fast fashion stores every single year. Set a limit to 10. Like, this year I can only buy 10 fast fashion items. Or like, if you buy only 10 items every single year, say, okay, this year I'm going to set a limit to 5 items. And so what happens is that since you have a limit, I think you're more selective with the types of clothes that you buy, and probably you like search for like the higher quality ones. I don't know, but it did work for me. Like 2 years ago is when I did it. This year I never bought a single item from fast fashion. I just got everything vintage. But I don't buy lots of clothes anymore because I feel like I've found like my style, my clothes, whatever. But these are really like my advices, and I really hope that they helped you out. If you have like any other tips or like brand names of like sustainable clothing brands, please drop them below. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye bye.